Okay, it's been a while since I've done this. I'm actually at the key. I've had some audio problems and I've been busy as hell with work. So I am now back into this and we're gonna go take a tour of the key. I just joined the Crimson Fleet. And if I can, there we go.
You said the take was 10K, but it was 30. Big difference on 40% of 10 versus 30.
You wanted 4K, you got 4K. Not my problem.
If you're stealing from me, you bet your ass it's your problem.
Oh boy.
You kidding me? Way to make a mess in front of my new book.
Hey, steal from me and get caught? Better off dead.
Huh.
Sounds like you did the fleet a favor. Now toss this body out of an airlock before it turns into a damn air freshener. The hell took you so long?
What?
Forget how to grav jump or something?
Maybe.
Fair enough. Glad to see you showing some backbone. Just be careful that you can back up that attitude before you square off with someone who can kick your ass.
Ha,
But
bring it on.
all that aside, you made it. So now, you get to hear a nifty history lesson.
Great.
Pencils ready? Good. This floating scrap heap you're standing on is called the Key. Used to be an old UC military star station, and now it's the fleet's base of operations. Might look a little beat up on the outside, but
Oh, it's beat up.
we keep it together.
Yeah, looks like a dump.
Oh, well, I'll get right on that. A
Good.
few plans, some throw pillows, and maybe this place will meet with your approval. Okay, sunshine?
Okay.
Your sarcasm does not invalidate the point.
Anyway, I'll tell you all about the key. But it's better if I show you too. Follow me.
Lead on.
All right.
Can we speak for a moment?
History time.
Not yet. Oh my
So,
god.
the key is in orbit around Suvorov. That's the very same ice ball where the United Colonies built a supermax prison they call the Lock. The UC is so clever. Supermax prison, lock, key. Huh, cute, huh?
Uh-huh. Pretty clever. So I got these outfits for, so I can blend in. For the two of us, I usually don't take a person with me because I'm an introvert. But I thought she was doing criminal stuff, she might be of use on this one. And she really wants to talk to me, as usual, terrible timing.
If
Now,
you are free soon,
We've got
I am
everything
not
the
free
fleet
soon.
needs
We
right
talk?
here.
No,
Of course, you've got to pay for it. Remember,
of course.
on the key, credits are king. What the hell is this?
All right, hang on, Nev. Before you get pissed, I've got my hands full.
Jasmine, sweetie, I'm trying to give a tour here. So you want to tell me why those damn doors are sealed?
It's called a malfunction. You know, that thing I spend most of my day dealing with. Believe me, my people are on it. Have a little faith for once.
Aw. And you, always, Angel. This here's Jasper. You need anything for your ship, she's got you covered.
Hi,
We'll hit
Jasmine.
up the depot next since these doors have given out on
Is that-
us.
Oh, it's like
So
Star Trek
anyway,
over
we
there.
were talking about the Lock. About
Uh-huh.
100 years ago, the prisoners down there rioted and took over the place. After stealing some ships, they were actually able to make it up here and took over the key.
About time you brought us new blood, Neva.
Oh,
I was
God.
getting tired of trading with the same old faces.
You're just ticked everyone's getting wise to your ridiculous prices, Aludra. Anyway, welcome to the depot, Rook, where you'll be lucky if these blood-sucking leeches don't bleed you completely dry.
Oh, I'm rich. They
Whoa.
won't.
It's not our fault that people don't appreciate how much it costs to get untraceable merchandise onto the key.
Neva's just whining because she thinks she lost a ton of cash selling us a shipment of gear. She should have done her homework.
Yeah, sure, laugh it up. I'll remember that next time I need something from you cheapskates. Let's move on. Back to my story.
Yes.
After the liberated prisoners grabbed the key, they established it as a base of operations and began pirating the spaceways. That was how the Crimson Fleet began. Of course, Jasper Kryx had a lot to do with all that, but we'll get to him later. Rook, meet Zuri, queen of the rare exports.
If I don't have it, you don't need it.
Neural
I doubt that.
blueprints. Hit her up and she'll take care of you.
Speaking of which, you still owe me for that last purchase, Neva. It's like 5 figures. Don't make me collect it the hard way.
The hard way. Oh no. Rook, protect me from Zuri's vengeance. Enough of the bullshit, Zuri. I'll pay you when I pay you. Deal with it. Got a problem with that? Take it up with the boss.
I hope
On
you
the
pay
right,
with credits.
you've got Bradley
I
from the
did.
Trade Authority. I'm sure you know the deal there. He'll buy pretty much anything, no matter how hot. Then we got our med bay on the left, run by the one and only Samina Mizra. She'll patch you up, if you've got the money. We don't run any free clinics up in here, you don't? Okay, this is our final stop. Over there, you've got the last Nova, where Bog serves watered-down drinks at ridiculously exorbitant prices. And right here is the most important place on the entire station, the Reckoner's Core, run by the incomparable Shinya Voss.
Another new Rook, Neva? I can't believe Delgado still lets you recruit given what happened with the last one.
What do you got, Darth
You
Vader?
mean Austin Ray? It's been taken care of, all right? I don't like loose ends, and this Rook is the one who tied it off.
Perhaps
yeah,
next time
yes,
you'll
I
try
do.
to be a bit more discerning regarding your choices. It's far more cost-effective.
Yeah, love you too, darling. Anyway, Shinya handles our lifeblood. The money. We call him our Reckoner, but if you ask me, he's actually a pain in the ass.
And Neva will slit your throat if she thinks you'll bleed creds.
Go to hell, boss. Take care of our new friend here, or I'll find a way to pull the pin on that little party popper in your chest. Anyway, Shinya will get you set up in our system. I've got real work to do. Once you're done, head upstairs and I'll introduce you to the boss.
Time for a proper introduction. I am Shinya Voss, the official reckoner for the Crimson Fleet. And since Neva so thoughtfully mentioned it, yes, this is a bomb embedded in my chest. And no, I'll never know the meaning of the word humble. In fact, I find Delgado's idea of a security measure to be quite empowering.
That is definitely interesting.
Glad you approve. Obviously, betrayal isn't taken lightly around here. Since I oversee the bulk of transactions and maintain all accounts for the fleet, I'm a prime target for information. Should our enemies capture me or I grew any semblance of a moral conscience, you might consider me the greatest threat we have. For Delgado, the bomb grants peace of mind and a certain degree of safety.
I guess so.
Essentially, but I sleep soundly knowing I'm one of the few that can piss Delgado off and live. Should I
point.
die, all of my knowledge, the accounts, the credits, it would be a mess. He wouldn't dare. He holds the trigger, but we all know that my death cripples the fleet.
Huh.
Call the bomb a weapon of last resort. It's been over 5 years since I've stepped off the key.
That's
Leaving this
boring.
place puts far too much at risk. Now, let me get you set up. A moment while I convene with the core. Thanks to advanced modifications even Eugen would envy, I can interface directly with our mainframe and the Galbank network. This allows me to move and clean credits faster and more efficiently than any run-of-the-mill cyber runner. There, you're done.
Yeah,
All
am I
you
in?
need now is Delgado's blessing. and you'll be one of us. None. Other than my chest and arm modifications, I am but a simple man. Is the interview over now? Can we get back to work? The perfect segue into my final subject.
I thought you're
Thanks
done.
to our relations with contacts across the galaxy, we always have a steady stream of jobs available. I've granted you all the necessary permissions to access these listings at any time, using the computers that surround the core.
Look at you.
If Neva's chosen wisely, we certainly will. Now, I believe that covers all I have to say, so you can run along to Delgado. Take the
Okay.
elevator to the upper level. You should be able to find your way from there, I hope.
Oh, I can. Don't worry.
Alright, listen up. You can all stop complaining. Atrium to cargo bay doors have been repaired.
Oh, good.
Oh, and you're welcome, Nev.
Hey, hell, I have a bunch of those. Yeah. Gun range. All right.
Things I wish to discuss with you.
I know.
You have heard.
I know. I know.
Hello.
I know. I know. Yeah. Hello. Good lord, girl. Ooh. Kryx interview, huh?
Where did your stellar rise to infamy begin?
In the streets of New Atlantis. No parents, no godparents. Just a homeless punk kid robbing whoever he could for the credits.
Were these violent crimes? Murders?
I'm a bit offended you even asked that question, Gail. Sure, a few people here and there walked away with injuries, but I'm not some kind of butcher.
That doesn't sound as heartless as your reputation would imply.
Well, like I said, I was just a kid.
Were you ever caught by the authorities in New Atlantis?
Oh, dozens of times.
Is something
I'd
wrong?
just give them a fake name, or they just slap me on the wrist and send me on my way. They obviously didn't think that I'd amount to anything, and didn't want to waste their time with rehabilitation.
What changed that? Was it the robbery in 2218?
2218. Oh, yeah. The Galbank archives. Very good, Gale. See, you've done your
Let's
research.
see what we have now.
That would be when I rounded up a few of my buddies and we knocked the place over. Made off with a ton of credits.
Always ask for a bigger cut. It's all about making those credits.
Is that why the Crimson Scar decided to bring you into their ranks?
That's right. They brought me in, taught me the ropes, and I did crimes for them for 5 years. Till I decided I wanted more. I got rid of their leader, put myself in his place, and started running the show. I've been the one in charge ever since.
Was it absolutely necessary to cut his throat and leave the body on a public street in the well?
On the street, reputation is everything. I wanted everyone in the city to know that Jasper Kryx was taking over. I think they got the message.
So, tell us about Jasper Kryx's version of the Crimson Scar.
All I can tell you is that under my guidance, the Crimson Scar became more influential than every other syndicate combined. Here I was, 22 years old, and I had power, people that followed my orders, and an endless stream of credits. Gale, I have to tell you, I was having the time of my life.
So you'd consider extortion, robbery, burglary, kidnapping, assault, and murder to be positive life influences?
No. I'd consider them as just means to an end. Those so-called crimes were merely stepping stones until I had enough wealth to buy the Crimson Scar a few spacecraft.
Yes, let's talk about that. It appears you weren't satisfied with terrorizing New Atlantis alone.
Oh, I've never stopped reaching, Gale. The amount of money we were making in New Atlantis was decent, but the really big scores were in space, on the cargo ships. We're talking millions of credits, maybe more. Who the hell could count it all?
Most people assume this is when the UC decided to actively set up a task force to pursue the Crimson Scar.
That's correct. Those idiots in charge of the United Colonies were clearly embarrassed that they had allowed the Crimson Scar to make the jump into space. They sent ships after us. Lots of ships. I almost think that they enjoy starting wars.
Perhaps this was the first time you had finally reached too far.
You could say that. I count my time running the Crimson Scar as a learning experience. I wouldn't say I reached too far. I'd say I reached too fast. Didn't cover all my bases. Made some stupid mistakes. One thing's for certain, though. When I was finally arrested and thrown into the lock, I had plenty to think about.
As long as you put the fleet first, we won't have any problems.
Okay. I'm gonna steal your fish. No more interviews. There's one around here somewhere.
There I am. You see security on my tail, and my grab drive just chokes. You know what I find back there? The fattest leech I've ever seen. One really got me dusted.
Ooh. So wait, say that again. You think I'm who?
Stop playing games. We both know your real name is Lionel Soto, and you know why I'm here.
Is that Lynn?
Who are you? Fleet? Ecliptic? An independent?
I've spent 2 long years and every credit I had looking for you, just so I could look you in the eye before I pulled the trigger.
Hey, what's with the gun? There must be some mistake. I honestly don't know who you are.
Of course you don't know who I am. You're never concerned with the death you leave in your wake, in your pursuit of greed.
7.
You killed my husband, you son of a bitch! And now I'm going to kill you!
Oof.
Such a terrible shame. All that time and money she wasted. Ah, well. Better get rid of the body.
Huh. Okay. Well, there's 7.
Let me just ask you one final question before we wrap up.
Fine. Go ahead.
All right, we're going
When
upstairs.
is enough going to be enough? How many credits does Jasper Kryx need until he's satisfied?
I should have expected you to ask such a stupid question. How the hell could you ever understand? You with your fancy education and your sheltered upbringing and your cushy media job? Me, I came from nothing. Everything I own, I've literally drawn blood to gain.
There's no need to get personal. I'm simply trying to state the facts so that our listeners can make judgments of their own.
Lady, I got news for you. Half of your listeners think I'm a hero. The other half are scared out of their goddamn minds, and they should be.
Perhaps we should talk about something else.
No, that's it. We're done.
If I
You
had
guys
a
get her
billion
the hell out of
credits,
here.
I'd run
Make sure
my
she
own
takes all the
scene.
sound equipment with her.
Well, that's it then. Thank you for your...
Actually, before you go, Gail, there's one more thing I would like to say.
Yes, of course. What is it?
When you broadcast this interview on SSNN, I want you to remember that I'll be listening. If you edit even one word or manipulate my voice to change anything I've said, I will hunt you down and kill you in front of everyone. Do you understand?
I understand. You have my word.
I want to hear it all in order now. Because... No, I'm not there yet. I don't know who I'm stealing from, but I don't feel too bad about it. Not on this station. Alright, I'll get it later. Huh, looks like an urn. Uncle Ernie. Look it up. Alright, I guess we'll go talk to them now. I'm done looking around. I got a loud look around. Just in case. Ready? Let's go, Andreja.
Ah, there's our other new recruit.
Yeah. That would be me.
So, now that we are all here, it's time to get down to business. The two of you are the only rooks that have made the latest cut. The rest, well, let's just say they won't be joining us ever again. Neva's willing to put her neck on the line and vouch for you, which means you've got what it takes to join the Crimson Fleet. If dealing with the Ragana was at the limit of your capabilities, then you have a serious problem on your hands.
Yeah, good
you
point.
are already in too deep to quit. And I can promise you, it only gets more difficult from here. All right, let's get started here. When you sign up with the Crimson Fleet, you're in it for the long haul. No one quits. No one retires. The only way out is death. You stay loyal or you pay the consequences. Fleet before friends. Fleet before family. Fleet before yourself.
Hey, if you've got a problem, I can decorate that wall behind you with your brains. Room could use a little color if you ask me.
It's all right, neighbor. I admire this rook's backbone. Takes a lot of guts to crack jokes with the threat of death staring them in the face.
That's what I do.
Can we get on with this? I want to get drunk at the last Nova.
I'm impressed. That is the first intelligent thing you have said this entire time, Mathis. Since you two seem so eager to move forward, let's get to your next job.
Okay.
Pack your cold weather gear, rooks. Where we are going, you're going to need it.
Oh, God, don't tell me you're dragging him down to Suvarall for another one of your little initiation runs. 10 Johns to the surface, 12 dead rooks. You'd think by now you would have given up on that goddamn campfire story.
Kryx's legacy is no story, neighbor. We've got fresh eyes in the fleet. And if these two want to impress, they're going to help me search those ruins.
I hope you're right, Dale. That new code we grabbed for the lot cost us a ton of credits. And a decent captain.
This initiation, as Neva calls it, is your chance to see where it all began. On Suvorov, with Jasper Kryx. Kryx led the riots that gave birth to the Crimson Fleet. And if his legacy is still out there, we're going to be the ones to find it.
So what's this code?
Through a bit of luck and a hell of a lot of cash, Neva was able to get her hands on an access code to the inside of the lock. This will be the first time someone from the Crimson Fleet has set foot in there for, well, since Kryx left the place behind. It has been frustrating being this close to potential clues, but not being able to find a way through those prison walls.
We'll get through it.
Of course. Where else could I find such a perfect location to weed out any rooks who'd be wasting the fleet's time?
And how many are there?
What? Were you expecting a goddamn graduation ceremony? Think I'm just going to slap a skull on you and send you on your way? Make no mistake. You are being tested all the time. Every job you take will be under constant scrutiny.
Great.
And Neva?
I don't need
She's
parents.
just waiting for you to screw things up.
So, about the legacy of Kryx.
Before Kryx left the fleet, he left a message talking about a major score. One that would set up the fleet to be a big player in the settled systems. Somewhere down the line, they started calling it Kryx's legacy. And everyone who's tried to find it has wound up empty-handed, missing, or dead. If we're gonna beat those odds, we'll first need a lead. And I would wager we will find one on Suvorov.
Yeah.
Dale's leaving out the best part.
Yeah.
That this whole search is based on a handful of words on a very old slate. Kryx left a lot of big talk on that recording. And not a lot of facts.
I have a couple of them.
Some of us believe in it more than others.
Don't listen to her. When we get our hands on Kryx's legacy, the fleet will be operating at a completely different level. We will become more than a match for UC SysDef.
What if she's right, and there's none?
Listen to the words that I am saying. The legacy is real. You will find that out in due time. Provided you're willing to put in the work. Nothing worth having.
What if they find just like old laundry or something?
Strange words coming from a pirate. You steal what is not yours because it is easy, no? But perhaps I am mistaken.
Let's just get on with it.
Sounds like someone wants to get down to business.
Yes, I do. Let's
Okay,
go.
enough discussion. We have got a lot of work to do. To that end, the next stop is the lock. I've had Jazz feed the coordinates into your ship's computer. Since Mathis doesn't have a ship, he's going to ride with me. I'll see you down there, Rook. Don't keep me waiting.
You don't have a ship?
Need something?
Dude, how'd you get here?
It's cold as hell on Suvorov.
Huh.
Hope you've packed your long johns.
Long Johns. Oh, good lord. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna cut this one here. It's almost a half an hour. Already pretty long, so I'll be back later.